Good evening, all you beautiful viewers out there, and welcome to another exciting episode of House and Home. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm so excited to have your company. I also can't wait to show you what we have put together for you all to enjoy watching tonight. So for our lineup for tonight on Cooking with House and Home, to kickstart the show, we have a special friend whom we've missed having on this show especially, and it is none other than Godwin Eki, who will be showing us one of his very easy meals recipes, the Mince Spaghetti, followed by Shopping with Brian Bill, featuring the Customer Credit Scheme. We have Healthy Minds with Dr. Ambi, the CPL Group bringing to you the City Pharmacy Real Rewards program, and the Hardware Haus Kit Home, some home decors, and we wrap up the show with Tech People. So without further delay, let's join our good friend Godwin Eki on Cooking with House and Home. Enjoy.
Good evening and welcome to Cooking with House and Home. It's great to be back cooking a very simple recipe for you at home. Now, our ingredients for tonight, of course, we're making spaghetti and mince. So basic ingredients you need for this recipe is, of course, 500 grams that you can purchase at any supermarket. Of course, it's minced beef. And we have our tin spaghetti as well. And to go with our main ingredients, we have some salt and pepper. We have 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. We've got grated garlic and ginger. And we have chopped red onion. You can use 1.5, but tonight we're using 1 whole onion. And of course, it can't be mince and spaghetti without spaghetti sauce. Most important, spaghetti sauce. So that's pretty much our ingredients for the recipe tonight. What we're going to do now is heat up our frying pan. Yes, so let's start with our cooking. So what I'm going to do now is pour some cooking oil onto our heated frying pan. So you can use butter as well. You don't necessarily need to use cooking oil. And we're going to add some garlic and some ginger. So just pretty much mixing all our ingredients. So now we're going to add our onion. So give our ingredients a mix. So what we want to see here is to get that golden brown color onto our ginger and garlic. Of course, our red onion as well. So we'll let our onion, garlic, and of course ginger simmer up for another 2 minutes before we add our main ingredient, which of course is the minced beef. Now just quickly, as you can see, Omni Kitchen is very spacious. Thanks to Omni for allowing me to come on House and Home and cook some very simple recipe for you at home. So anyway, moving on, we're gonna add our 500 grams of mince that you can purchase anywhere at any supermarket. So without any delay, let's add our mince. So we give our mince and the rest of our ingredients, give it a mix. Now what we want is to get that brown color on the mince. It smells good. So just keep mixing. You can see the color of the mince is beginning to turn brown. Now I enjoy cooking this most times at home, especially over the weekends. Now the reason why I chose to cook this simple recipe is because it's easy to cook. You can just go to the shop, pick up the things you need from the shelves, get your how many kilos or grams of minced beef you want, and go to the market, get some garlic, get some ginger. It's all very cheap, healthy of course, and sometimes, you know, we all need protein, so I choose minced beef, and it's like I said, it's very simple. So the color we're looking for here, like I said earlier, we need to get the mince color turn brown. Then we can put that aside, add our spaghetti sauce, and of course cook our spaghetti. Now the other reason why I also chose to cook this is because I can cook this for dinner and save some for lunch and have it at work. Or if your kids are watching this at home, if you get your parents or your mom to cook this, you can always take the rest or half of your spaghetti and mince to school for lunch. It's that simple. You may have noticed I didn't add my salt and pepper earlier. Now that's because I didn't want to lose the flavor of the salt. I wanted to taste the salt as well. So we're going to do that now and add our pepper and salt. So that's about a teaspoon of salt and pepper, of course, mixed together. So now we're just going to give it a mix. Now that's cooking really good. So I've just added salt and pepper. You can always speed the process. You don't have to go bit by bit with every single ingredient. So I will just let these sit in the pot. Just slowly push it down. So like I said earlier, this is something you can cook at home. It's very simple. Sometimes it can take time, depends on how fast you like to cook. Sometimes I like to take time and just relax and enjoy my cooking. So we're going to let that boil for about 2 to 3 minutes, but constantly just keep checking. You don't want the spaghetti to go really, really soft. So pop the lid back on, and now look at that golden brown color of our mince with ginger, garlic, salt, pepper. Wow, that smells really good. So while our spaghetti is cooking, we're going to add our final ingredient, which is the spaghetti sauce. Okay, so we're adding our spaghetti sauce and just start mixing. Oh, it smells good. So our mince is pretty much done. Yeah, we're almost getting there, maybe another 3 minutes. Yep, so we'll just wait for our spaghetti now to cook. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to start preparing to serve. So we have our bowl here. This is where we're going to serve our spaghetti and mince, the final product. All right, so we're going to strain our spaghetti. Now the reason why I'm mixing or adding the butter while it's in the strainer is because if I do this here on the bowl, then it's just going to look messy. Okay, I think that's pretty much done. We're now gonna start serving our spaghetti. So always use a tea towel if it's hot. So we're gonna plate our spaghetti. So straight into our bowl. Okay, so we'll add our mince. So just bit by bit. Just wanna make sure everything's on. Yes, and there you have it, a very simple recipe, mince and spaghetti. It's something you can make at home. I always like to cook these over the weekend so that I can take the very next day on Monday to work. So yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for watching Cooking with Haus Home. Now, before I go, just wait, before I go, thanks to Omni Kitchen. Now, if you have anything to do with kitchen, always, check out Omni Kitchen. Go to Haus Home's Facebook page. And of course, you can look up this recipe as well and cook at home for you and your family. Until next time, we'll see you then.
There you have it, very simple to prepare, and you can easily find the ingredients at the nearest supermarket, and you could also buy fresh veggies at the local markets to spice up your cooking. That was Godwin Eki preparing the mince spaghetti. We'll take our first break, and when we come back, Shopping with Brian Bell is up next. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Did you know that you could walk away with your favorite item that you have been saving up for under Brian Bell's very own customer credit scheme? Well, on Shopping with Brian Bell, Leon walks us through just about every detail on how you can go about being part of this amazing scheme.
Welcome to another Shopping with Brian Bell, the show that gives you great insight to products that live here on our showroom floor. I'm Leon, your host. Now, would you like to get a new couch because the one you're sitting on is busted and bruised and you need to replace it? Or do you need a new washing machine because you're tired of washing clothes with your hands, but you can't afford these things in just one purchase? Well, Brian Bell has the solution with our customer credit scheme. Customer credit scheme is a great way for you to get products now and pay for them as you go whilst you're using it at home. Now, in this segment, I'm going to show you how you can be part of this great initiative by Brian Bell. So, without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go take a look. Brian Bell's Customer Credit, or CCS, is a great way for you to get products from Brian Bell on credit basis. Customer Credit gives you the option to get your products now and pay in installments over a period of time. The simple benefits include you get quality products, repayment is done over a period of time, and you won't break your budget because this is tailor-made to fit well into your fortnightly budget. Now, customer credit is a great way for you to get quality products from Brian Bell, but in order to use customer credit to get great products from Brian Bell, you must be eligible and you must tick off the prerequisites. The prerequisites to using customer service are: first prerequisite is that your employer must be registered with customer credit. The second one is that you have to have been working or being employed by your employer for at least 3 years. And the third one is you must be a permanent staff. Casual or part-time staff are not eligible. After that's been satisfied, these are the requirements our CCS team needs from you. The requirements are: firstly, you need 3 of your latest payslips from your workplace. Secondly, you need your identification, something to show that you are you, like your driver's license or your passport or your work ID. And number 3, what you'll need is a letter of employment from your employer, stating the date in which you started working there, plus your salary, plus your position in that company. And the last step in the requirements that we'll need from you is a quote from Brian Bell, a quote for what you want to get from Brian Bell or partnering organizations. Now, keep in mind that this quote lasts for only 14 days, and you can pick it up from our customer service team they will be happy to help you at any of our Brian Bell Home Centers. So once you have that, remember that within that 14 days, you have to apply with CCS. Now, on to our last step, CCS policy. CCS policy. There is no deposit required. Minimum accumulated purchase value is 300 kina and can comprise from any items from Brian Bell or partner organizations. Maximum purchase value is determined by the applicant's long service leave entitlements and net pay. Multiple quotes are permitted, subject to the applicant's eligibility. Minimum repayment is 13 fortnights or 6 months. Maximum repayment is 26 fortnights or 1 year. Applicant's CCS deductions must not exceed 50% of net pay. Total TCS purchase value, including term charges, must not exceed 50% of applicant's long service leave entitlements. First deductions must commence before items are collected or delivered. Cash payment in lieu of first deduction is not permitted. Applicants must provide evidence of first deduction, meaning payslip, prior to collection or delivery of the items. Now you can find our customer credit team at all 8 locations nationwide for Brian Bell Home Centers. Not just limited to Pom or Lay or Medang. No, nationwide to all 8 home centers. Goroka, Lay, Medang, Mount Hagen, Kokopo, and in Pom, Vision City, Gordon's and Plaza. Come on in and see our customer credit team now so they can help you. You and I both know that here at Brian Bell we have quality products. We also have great discounts and specials on a range of products that you can purchase. And what's even better is that when you want to use customer credit, the repayment amount is based on the special price. For example, if one of these sharp TVs were on special, like for 1,000 kina down to 750 kina, and that's just an example, then the CCS price would be based on that special price even after the special is over. Now, if you're thinking that this only applies to certain departments in Brian Bell, then I'm afraid you're sadly mistaken. This applies to all products available in Brian Bell. White goods, furniture, electronics, small appliances, sports, literally every product sold at Brian Bell can be purchased through customer credit. So don't hesitate, use customer credit and shop now. That's all the time we have in this segment of Shopping with Brian Bell. I know you've seen that there's a great product here called our customer credit scheme that you can be a part of to get quality products without breaking your budget. You can pay for them with affordable installments over a period of time. So come on in to any of our home centers nationwide and check it out for yourself. And always remember, quality products, great services and great value. That's Brian Bell. Until next time, goodbye and God bless.
Something to consider in terms of purchasing your favorite item at your nearest Brian Bell retail stores. Now, if you want to be part of this credit scheme, feel free to drop by or give them a call and they will be more than happy to assist. We'll now take a short breather, and when we come back, Healthy Minds with Dr. Ambi is up next. Stay watching. Welcome back. Still on the topic of trauma and disaster, Dr. Ambi points out more sentiments on how to help children who are distressed in this situation. It is very important that we help and guide our leaders of tomorrow. Here now is Healthy Minds with Dr. Ambi.
Hi viewers, welcome to our beautiful Healthy Mind show. Well, I'm sure everyone is enjoying, and the special focus is all about children this week, because we know there are many children have gone through disaster, that is natural disaster, especially Southern Highlands and Hela, and also we will have other natural disasters around the country. And well, we must also know other kind of traumas, man-made traumas and child abuse and many things. Our little children are going through, facing a lot of negativity in our society. Well, it's not only in PNGs, throughout the world we expose, as long as we are human beings, we are exposed to such changes in our life. So this week, we also, especially when we talked about that coping with disaster and especially the children's response, I'm sure that I really wanted to talk to you all about how we can help the children as a parent or as a caregiver or a beautiful auntie or uncle or who's are the loved ones around. So what can we do to a child who is distressed and showing that the behavior they're doing or emotions they're doing, that disaster has got an impact on this child. So how can we help? The number one is to ensure you have to keep on communicating with the child. I'm not saying the 24/7 you're communicating, but communicate with the love and affection. And don't allow the child to stay alone and isolated too long. Okay? You must make sure you're interacting with the child and communicating. That's number one. Number two, you must reassure. Don't think that the child understands everything. And we have a tendency, because we ourselves are in distress. So worry lol pikinini no understanding no God, this like don't underestimate. They know what is going on. So I want you all to reassure the child and say, oh Papa, pikinini, can fright too much. You stop lagu pelahan, the safety, mama, na papa stop, bubu stop. This is like kind safe, and the environment they feel and reassurance do help them to be stabilizing themselves and to have less reactions to these disasters. Number three, listen and talk to them about the experience. Honestly, don't hide, because the children, they know exactly what's going on. So honestly, you can frankly discuss the best, like unknown or known or frightening or whatever happening. You can listen and talk to them honestly, but every young children know that something is going on. So I'm not telling you get up and fright him or hey, you plamas, mi playo the thunder by come na you mi by die. No gatia. You mi must talk right la way. Lo honestly yes, and birua come, you mi by pray or this la kind any important through. So M2 by stop lo, M save isolate him M. Another point, also some children will need extra encouragement. Not all get a picking same way they talk. Only got some needing more encouragement and special attention, and also especially when they're going to bed. So you must look this time little better. Allow of the expression of emotion. Some child like to cry. Okay, allow him to cry for a few minutes, because that's one way of outing. I'm sure, and every one of us go through a hard time. We do cry quietly somewhere. So allow them to express their emotion. They are part of the healing process. Support the child and allow them to a time to work through it. So also allow go through. Do things that as a family. Okay, don't go to salim. Do things as a family and have an enjoyment, even in the midst of suffering, in the midst of things. You can always make time out as a family to be thanking Papa God, pray good, now make him awesome how important spirituality in our life, to apart from the natural and emotional and everything. So the prayer, enjoyment, get together as family is very important. Keep family rules or roles clear. This is a time all picking can crossing this la role. So emotion culture, this la all the time may stop. Allow the children take too much responsibility. Don't allow them to take too much. Oh, go karem warakam or go lohap. No can make him awesome. And if they want to be distressed, you also especially they become overprotective. Don't go and overprotect the child. That's also not good. So allow them to do, but with the rightful role and regulations. So like adult, children also start, adopt and grow through some crisis. Well, viewers, we have come to the thing is supporting the family, supporting the children. Prayers are very, very important. And prolongedly, if you think the child has an issue, emotional or a behavior issue, which you are not happy, let me tell you, every situation has got an impact on the child. So think him good, kiss him picking all get something me talk, you walk in penis and me still got some issue, karem go lo house sick, Toktoklo pediatricians or child mental health people or mental health nurses or can help you na creating gupla mental health lo pikinini. Well, let me tell you, these are all curable, manageable, don't ignore. So we have to fight against the child having childhood depression or anxiety, which is not good for them or the family and for the future of the child and for the nation. Until next time, putting Papa God good through, na harindo gupla toktoklo yumi yet, na changing this la country, number one straight. Until then, let the word of God be with you and guide you at all time. Until next time, bye-bye.
Children are our future leaders, and if we don't help and guide them along the path that they are supposed to take, we somewhat affect their lives, resulting in doing things or being part of activities that they should not be getting themselves involved in. Thanks to Dr. Ambi for the important insights. We'll take a quick breather, and when we come back, we find out more about City Pharmacy's Real Rewards program and the Hardware Haus Kit Home. Welcome back to the show. For this week's edition on what the CPL Group is up to, we have City Pharmacy's largest loyalty program, which is the Real Rewards. We also check out the amazing Kit Home available at the Hardware Haus. Without further ado, here now is City Pharmacy followed by the Hardware Haus. Enjoy.
Good evening, Papua New Guinea, and thank you for having me once more in your homes for another Hardware Haus segment on House and Home. Now, on our last segment, as I mentioned to you, and we showcased out from our Port Moresby store, where we had the steel kit house, which is currently on display. And like I mentioned, it's a work in progress in terms of the construction of this 2-bedroom steel kit house. So on tonight's show, without further ado, we'll take you through the house and show you some insights on the progress as to where the construction of this 2-bedroom steel kit house is at.
Here are some of the highlights of the work in progress in this 2-bedroom kit home displayed here in the Hardware Haus store. As you can see, our hardworking team working together to meet deadline for customer satisfaction. Later on in the upcoming segment, we take a close-up look on steps on how to install each building materials in this kit home.
Basically, the corporate house is designed with these kit homes to sell it at an affordable price, and at the same time too, the price is very cheap, and we want to sell it to the low earners and also the people who are getting a loan from the bank to help them afford this home, because the kit homes that we are selling is all metal fabricated, and it's a termite free, and it's long lasting, and people can enjoy after 10 or 20 years time. The various kit homes that we are selling, right now you can see the display here. It's a 2-bedroom display, and it can be set on the high post and also on a concrete floor. The types that we are selling is 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, and also we have executive units with a ensuite in it, which have different bathrooms for the parent, and like it. Common is for the children and other staff people like that. So these are the types of house we are selling them. And beside that, we are also selling the classrooms, single, double classroom, high set, 2-story classroom, and also the dormitories for the schools. Some of the things that are coming together with the kit homes are the water tanks, septic. If you don't have a main sewer system, the septic tank can be added to it. And also on top of that, we are supplying complete unit of white goods, the furnitures for the bedroom and also everything. And on top of that, there's a water pump that goes with it. If you don't have water coming through, then you can use the water pump to pump it through. So those are some of the features that add to the kit homes. It takes 4 to 6 weeks for the kit homes to be fabricated in the factory. And after the 6 weeks, we supply the materials, and when the building is up, it will take 6 to 8 weeks for a carpenter or a contractor to complete the house. It's all fabricated with screws and nut, design plan given, so you don't need to be cut. It's already been cut and set. So that is how it's going to be built. Materials used are all metal. As you can see, this one, these are the wall here is all metal. The frame inside is all metal. The roof on top is all metal. And inside, we also use the plywood. On the floor, we use the compressed heat because we believe in compressed heat that can last for long. So that everybody that purchase, we don't supply timber or plywood flooring. It has to be all compressed so that the house can stay for long, as long as it takes, maybe 20 to 30 years. Inside wall it is the plywood, 6 mil on the wall, ceiling is 4 mil, so it gives perfect finish for the kit homes. When you purchase this one, we also set up a real reward for the customers, for the cash customers and also corporate customers. When you purchase a house with something like that, at least 200 or 300,000, then we give you a certain percentage so that you gain points. So when you spend on us, you can also reward some point from us from the CPL Group of companies, City Pharmacy, Stop and Shop, and Hardware House. Viewers out here, if you are looking at this interview here, if you want to purchase, you can come to Hardware House, see the corporate team, and we can also give you price on this one. People out in other parts of Papua New Guinea, if you want to purchase, you can also contact us. We'll give you the details. Also insert the price for freight cost or cartage. And when you purchase, we can also pack them and then send them in a container for you. For convenience sake, it all will be packed in a 20-foot container. If you are interested on the kit homes, you can contact me on the details shown on the screen.
And there you have it, viewers. That's all we have for you on tonight's segment with regards to the construction stages of this 2-bedroom steel kit house that we currently have displayed here in our Port Moresby store. So for more product updates and also introduction on some of our new ranges, you can call into any of our stores nearest to you. And we have stores in Port Moresby, Lae, Mount Hagen, Whole Place Goroka, Wewak, Medaeng, Kokopo, Kavieng, and not forgetting Popondetta. Also, if you want more information on how you can go about owning or even building your dream home, and be it this steel 2-bedroom kit house, you can be sure to contact our sales representative on the details which are now showing on the screen. It's good night, Papua New Guinea.
City Pharmacy presents PNG's largest loyalty program, Real Rewards.
You can now redeem instantly in all City Pharmacy and Stop and Shop stores nationwide.
Simply look for the items you can redeem on the shelves in the stores. They have Real Rewards tickets, or you can ask the Real Rewards staff what items are available. You can also check the amount of points you have with the Real Rewards staff before you claim your item. Redeem instantly now at your nearest Stop and Shop and City Pharmacy store nationwide.
Yes, anyone can, as long as you're 18 years and above. To become a member, spend 100 kina at any one of our City Pharmacies, Stop and Shop, and Hardware House stores. Present your receipt to the Real Rewards coordinator at the counter who will assist you to sign up. Then you can start using your Real Rewards card at any of our 3 major stores to earn points. For every 1 kina you spend, you earn a point. Unfortunately, no. Loyalty benefits are not transferable. This includes points transfer and changing of account names. Yes, there is. Your card will expire if it's been inactive for 2 years or more from the current date. Present your card at the nearest Real Rewards counter and our staff will be more than happy to assist you.
There you have it, viewers. If you are part of the Real Reward program and have scored lots of points and ended up getting wonderful prizes, good for you. But if you know you're not part of this, I urge you to drop by and inquire, fill up a membership form. We also had a look at the Hardware Haus Kit Home. Anything to suit your budget, the hardworking team will help you get on the right track. With that, we will take a quick breather and I'll see you all on the other side with some tips and ideas on home decors. Welcome back to the show. If you've just joined us, this is House and Home. Thank you so much for your company. Now we have another DIY on Home Decors on how to make placemats with pom-pom flowers. So join me now as I show you step by step. Hey everyone, and thank you for joining me on Home Decors with House and Home. Now, did you know that you can make hundreds of creations using pom-pom flowers? You could make cute wall decors, you could make placemats, pom-pom rugs, and many more. Now, in this edition, I will be showing you all how to make pom-pom placemats. So let's get straight into it. Now, I'm pretty sure you will all remember the pom-pom DIY, which I've shown you all in the last episode. That should give you all a fair idea on how to make your puffy, beautiful flowers. But if you have missed out, here's how you can make it. Here's what you will need: assorted colors of knitting wool, scissors, a glue gun, glue sticks, and a non-slip mat. Cut off 10 to 15 centimeters of wool and place between your two fingers just like this and start wrapping with wool. It doesn't have to be wrapped tightly but should be done smoothly. You can do more than 50 wraps for each pom-pom. As for me, I am doing 70 to 80 wraps because I want it to look sort of like thick and full once spread. Now, once you've completed wrapping, hold up the tiny rope that you've placed between your two fingers and tie the complete wrap in half and make sure that it's not loosened. Now you want to pull the whole wrap off of your fingers carefully. I'm going to put this aside and work on the next color. So the same process applies to the other colors. This is what you will do. So making pom-pom flowers depends on the size you want. It's all up to you. There you go. This is how the first step is going to look like. The second step is to cut through the loop right here. This is the loop where I'm going to cut through with the scissors. Take your pair of scissors and cut through the loop on each side. Once you're done, hold it up and use your scissors again to cut off the excess wool and give it a fair shape. And there you have it. These are our pom-pom flowers. The next step is to apply them onto the placemat. So let's do this. You can come up with your favorite designs and align your pom-poms accordingly. Now, since independence is fast approaching, I have chosen the PNG color. Here's the type of design I chose. Using your glue gun, apply at the center of the pom-pom and paste on the non-slip mat. Now you're just going to do the same till you fill up the whole mat. And there you have it. This is how your pom-pom placement will look like. There you go. You can choose your own designs. It's all up to you. And that's all we have for you on this edition. Until the next time, keep watching House and Home for more DIYs. Goodbye. There you go, simple tips and ideas to decorate your home with beautiful pom-pom placements. It's that simple and not time-consuming. We'll go for a quick break, and when we come back, it's time for questions on how the internet was created and when it actually happened, and how people have been using to gain information and so forth. That'll be right after the break, so stay watching. Welcome back to the show, everyone. So what is the internet and who controls it? Now, a lot of questions may pop up in your head. Well, in this edition on Tech People, we find out in detail what it is, and we also get a couple of views from some friends. Here's Russell with how the internet began. Enjoy.
Hi everyone and welcome to Telecom Tech People. My name is Russell and we will be talking about what the internet is. Most people don't have any idea where the internet came from, and it doesn't matter. They don't need to. It's sort of like asking who invented the ballpoint pen or the flush toilet or, the zipper. These are just things we use every day without thinking about the fact that one day somebody invented them. So the internet is just like that. So the question now is, when did the internet begin?
I guess the consumer kind of level of internet began in the early 90s, but I think I started using it in around the early 2000s or so on, kind of in my middle school age or something like that.
Well, I think the internet started around somewhere between the 80s or the 90s when, the internet was being developed and all that. And I started using the internet, I think when I was like somewhere around 2010, because by that time people started having phones that could go on to the internet and stuff, and then there was also Facebook. So yeah, that's when I started using it.
Those are some pretty good answers, but let me tell you when it actually begins, okay? Now, in the early 1970s, Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn worked on a design on what we know now as the internet. It was a result of another project called ARPANET, which stands for Advanced Research Project Agency Network. It was actually an American Defense Department project. Now, Paul Barron, who was trying to create a communication system that could survive through a nuclear attack, so he had this idea for breaking messages up into blocks and sending them as fast as possible in every possible direction through the MASH network. So they built what became a nationwide experimental packet network. But wait, what is a packet? Well, basically, whenever an email, web page, or picture travels across the internet, computers break the information into smaller pieces, and they're called packets. Now, one question that comes to mind is, who is in charge of the internet?
Well, I wouldn't be so sure.
I'm not really sure. I think the internet's kind of like the Wild West in a sense of the word.
No one owns it.
It could be anybody, because it could be America or UK or the people who created Google. Yeah.
I guess every page is kind of run by its owner, and it's kind of democratic in that kind of way.
According to me, I think that everybody owns the internet.
The honest answer is nobody. Maybe another answer is everybody. But the real answer is that the internet is made up of an incredibly large number of independently operated networks. What's interesting about the system is that it's fully distributed. There's no central control system that decides how packets are routed or networked or billed, or even whom interconnects with whom. These are business decisions that are made independently by the operators. See, they're all motivated to ensure there's end-to-end connectivity in every part of the network, because the utility of the network is that any device can communicate with another device, just like how you would like to make a phone call to any other telephone in the world. Now, there is nothing like this that have ever been built before. The idea of what you know might be useful to somebody else, or vice versa. So this is an opportunity for you or anyone to think of an application or maybe programs as apps on their mobile phone, or be part of the growing infrastructure and bring it to the people who don't have access to internet, and make use of it on a day-to-day basis. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for Telecom Tech People. Until then, we'll catch you same time, same place on the other side.
Well, that was Tech People on how the internet began. I still cannot even comprehend it, but it helps me every day. Like, I am someone who always wants to prove just about anything with the help of the internet, and I find myself getting different views from different websites, and that's one of the best advantages. Thanks to Russell for that. We've come to the end of our show, and thank you so much for joining us. If you'd like to watch this episode again or our previous shows, feel free to get in touch with us. Our contact details are now showing on your screens. And if you have missed out on our last week's episode, give us a call or visit our Facebook page. Let us know what you think and what you'd like to see more of in the coming episodes. That's all we have for you. On behalf of the entire House and Home team, pleasant viewing, take good care of yourselves, enjoy the rest of the week. Goodbye.